Okay, this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal for one of these stage surgeries because I have a lot to say about it. Okay, before I show off the stage, I'm going to show off mainly what's different from my version and the old version. Okay, right now we're looking at the old version. As you can see over here, it has like 123 sprites. Now, the main crux of the stage is this roller coaster with these little people in carts ride around on. Now, the first thing I did was you see this structure over here? Now, it is filthy here with like bad rip errors, like this yellow and red that are like all around the edges. Really needed to not be there. This also looks like JPEG errors all around here on the shading on this the bottom part. And the sign itself has got these bad rips everywhere, and it's all grainy looking. Now, the first thing I did was, I guess I'm gonna have to zoom out. Wow, why did it reposition itself weird? Oh, right, I separated mine into two parts. So I separated the floor and the structures on mine because I wanted to make the structures seem like they had some distance because I put them on different deltas. So the first thing, yeah, so I resprited the stands here to look all more deliberate and shiny. All the little red and yellow pixels from the bad rip are all gone. And then I worked on the coaster. The original coaster had like some of these little like beams that crisscross were just completely chopped up and missing pixels. And the stars were like a little off too. Let's see if I can get it back on the original. Yeah, anything that's stuck up a little too far, like this dot right here, I took that out. As you can see, there's like little holes and like it just wasn't ripped right, or maybe it just naturally looked that way when he tried to rip it. I don't know. But like in some areas, it was really bad. Like, look, it's all busted up here. These things aren't even connecting. So I fixed all those the best I could, which took forever. Yeah, it's like all ripped up here, top, down here too. It's all ripped up. This doesn't connect. There's little dot pixels and pixels sticking out and pixels chunked out that shouldn't be like that. I'm pretty sure I took that black pixel that shouldn't be there out too. But the main source of the work I did was on the carts themselves. Okay, so it looks almost okay here at the beginning, but as they turn, they get more and more busted up. Like, see, these old pixels are sticking out. It's all rough around the edges. And by the time he gets to like the next set of people, it looks like the further, yep, there's starting green and blue pixels starting to be around the characters that really shouldn't be there. Now, I'm pretty sure the reason he didn't do that great of a job here, and I know one of these is like really bad. Some of them like are so blurry that you can't even see the detail. It just sort of blurs out. But I'm sure when he put in that complicated animation, MyYoutubeRocks was probably thinking, these things are going so fast, no one's going to see them anyway. And he's probably right. if he was thinking that. So I assumed that at some point he was just like, fuck it. Because that's why I think like they got worse by the time they got to like group 6, or by the time they got to like the second and third characters here of the cards. Because, yeah, like on the first one it doesn't seem as bad, but by the time it gets to like this one it's starting to get really bad. I think he just didn't care. And I could have left it alone too, and nobody probably would have ever noticed. However, it would have bugged the crap out of me on the back of my mind if I didn't try to fix it myself, even though, you know, you can't really see it because it's going so fast. So, my version of all these cart sprites is much more deliberate. See, like the shading's all like, I took my time with it and made all the angles. And made it all like, it was inconsistent too on his version. Like, the angles weren't matching. Like, this is like 3/6. Let's say like 5/6 on his version. Would have not matched his 3/6. Like, it would have just been like like the cart would have just been angled off. And like it wouldn't match up, it wouldn't be consistent. So I made everything consistent besides redrawing all these sprites. So that was 123 sprites, and this was a multi-day job. Now I'll show off the stage itself. Okay, here's the original version of the stage. As you can see, the floor is, Kung Fu Man is down a little bit too far too. I fixed that as well, my version. As you can see, like the yellow bad rip outline stuff is very noticeable. You can see it without like hardly trying. You don't have to expect it that hard to see it. I also moved the signs, like I said, onto a different delta on mine, so they look a little different. And you can see the errors on the coaster itself if you're looking at it and you're paying attention. The carters are still moving a little too fast to really pay attention to them. So, you know, I probably wasted 2 days redoing all those sprites for the carts. You can't even see them on mine. But okay, now to show off my version. Okay, the floor is more consistent sprite work. Coaster. As you can see the top here, it's been filled in. But it was sort of a weird, grainy, chopped up image. I had to like really improvise at times. This is all shiny. If you've watched really close, you can see it's on a different delta. I did that so it looks like a little like there's distance from Kung Fu Man. Because I think in real, the actual game, this is actually like the place where they get in the carts. But, so I wanted it to be like scaled so Kung Fu would have to walk in a distance from this pier or whatever they're on to get over there. Oh, I didn't talk about this yet. These buildings in the background, they're the sprites I touched up the least, but I still touched them up. Before, when like straight lines were hitting on these buildings, it was creating JPEG fuzz around them. So anywhere I saw that like it was clearly JPEG fuzz and not intentional grain, I went and sprited that out and cleaned up the outlines of all the stuff in the background. So that's also a thing. I know I said I'd keep it when I on that stage select episode. That didn't mean I wasn't going to mess with it and try to upgrade it a bit. So yeah, enjoy, I guess. I like this stage.